chat? Welcome to the show. Sorry about yesterday. The internet was acting weirdly in the sense that I had some outages and I didn't want to risk going live and then internet going down. Kai Bars. I want to say that your name isn't fully displayed, so I can't read it. I can't read it. I can only see Kai Bars B dot dot dot. But have I ever told you about Romanian spirits? You want to drink some strong alcohol like Romanian Palinka? And then I'll give you an iPhone so you can super chat. Huh? He says that he needs to stop sending super chats when he is drunk. I think like that's the best time to send super chats. Of course, I will give a different advice to my son, right? Like if my son ever goes online and starts giving money to the e-girls, I will say never watch e-girls while drunk, okay? Goodness gracious. I always wondered, like, am I going to end up like Destiny? Am I going to have a son that hates me? Am I going to have to block him on Twitter? See, I usually, when I look at other people, I don't classify them like as a bad person or a good person. I look at them, it's like, what do I have in common with that guy? And I look at Destiny, and I have the charisma, right? Like, I'm charismatic like he is, and we both do streaming. And we both have a son. So I have to wonder, in the future, will my son have to be blocked? Huh? Is he going to become like a left-leaning activist and harass me online? And I will be like, you know what, son? Go fuck yourself. Blocked. And then the internet will start judging. They will judge me. They'll be like, V, what type of a father you are? How dare you block your son? Judgment, 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 judgment. And so these are my nightmares, chat. This is what I do at night, right? Like I'm already thinking about the grim dark future. Okay, let's talk about Vshojo. Vshojo. I actually made a poor joke, a tasteless joke about it. I will explain what I said and how I got in trouble. Now, me and Pipkin Pippa, I can't say that we're friends because we haven't spoken a while, right? But back when we were speaking, we were on friendly terms. So we were doing banter. Unfortunately, I forgot that she's part of a corporation now. Like, her identity has been stripped away from her and replaced with the fishman vision of what an idol should be. And so I need to understand, like, when I tag her in public, I can't shitpost anymore. I can't do it like I used to do it with Arch or with other people, right? And so, like, after the whole Vshojo shit dropped down, I messaged her and I said, at Pipkin Pippa is going to be like the DSP of gaming. She's going to outlive all these bitches. Pippa didn't appreciate that. Said not to bring other streamers into the drama, right? Which, as in, like, don't start problems with her management. I understand that's what I got from the message. You know, like, dude, you're going to get me in trouble. But secondly, it was 10,000 people being very upset that I called them bitches. And the thing is, like, look, I thought about it, right? Because, like, I wake up and I'm like, oh shit, like 10,000 people. I didn't mean it like a slur. I meant it more like slang, right? Like, yo, bitch, what's up? It's not like, you know. But upon further reflection, I actually realized that, okay, maybe I shouldn't have used this term, because, like, people genuinely misunderstood it. They're right, because, like, I too would have misunderstood it. Plus, the event caused a lot of hardship and distress to many individuals, because to find out that the content creator, your Barney the dinosaur that brings happiness and joy into your life, has been robbed of $500,000. And also the fact that there were individuals that donated $10,000, $15,000 per donation to a charity, only to have their money taken away. And we're like, you know what? Like, I get it. Not everyone is Eastern European, and people are distraught. Now's not the time for jokes. I will save them for next week. I was just trying to shitpost. I didn't expect like 10,000 people to see it. And so I apologized, right? And I got a lot of shit for apologizing. It is what it is. But I didn't apologize because I was afraid of getting canceled. I apologized because I legitimately felt that I shouldn't have said that. And then I got into a controversy with Short Fat Otaku saying, see, this is what happens when you get dogpiled. And I was like, yeah, and notice how I didn't double down or triple down. I was like, okay, I did fuck up. Apologized, I moved away from that issue. Alright, let me see if I can find the Vshojo girl. Yesterday I listened to a chorus of crying anime girls. Wasn't very pleasant to listen to, I gotta say. But I would reckon it's not really good PR for Vshojo. Not the best look. Vshojo, as I understand now, is the only company, the only talent company with no talent. Right, let's see Iron Mouse explaining to us why she decided to leave Vshojo. This is interesting one. Alright, hold on, I need to fix the desktop audio, because I had to reinstall this shit. Give it a little bit, chat.
Misled by Vshojo.
Right.
With the information that I currently have, I believe that I am owed a significant amount of funds, which I have not been paid. And most importantly, the thing that hurts me the most is that the Immune Deficiency Foundation, which is the most important charity to me, and also the reason why I'm here today.
I would like to point out that if God curses you with an illness, you better pray. And this is a Romanian expression, by the way, right? If God curses you with an illness, you better pray that it's an illness that rich people have. So it's not something esoteric. It's something like, for instance, celiac disease. Look it up, celiac disease. A lot of Jewish people have it. Why do Jewish people have it? Because it's hereditary. And apparently, you know, like Jewish people also are very charitable individuals and donate a lot to charity, especially charities that focus on research in the celiac disease. Now I gotta say that the Romanian expression should be expanded. It should be, if God curses you with an illness, better pray that it's something that rich people have, or VTubers. Because apparently, the IDF has received $500,000 and will probably receive $500,000 more, because I do think that her lawsuit against Vshojo is going to be successful. So they will probably receive $1 million. Now, I assume that Vshojo, you know, being part of Twitch, they probably listen to other content creators like Hassan Piker. And Hassan Piker is like, IDF bad, right? And they're like, well, we can't donate to the IDF. Right? So, like, I'm trying to put myself into the mind of a madman, like a mind of a person that's in a mental asylum running Vshojo. Like, what the fuck were they thinking? Like, look, I'm a cynical person, you know? Like, here in Eastern Europe, we live and we breed corruption. It's an art form. Like, we take corruption and money embezzlement to a state of art. And when we see these chuckle fucks, like, no, never. You do not touch money for charity. Okay, like touch other people's money, any other fund, just not the one for charity, okay? Optics do matter. Holy fucking shit, just hire a consultancy firm like normal people and say that you pay them too much. Do not embezzle money from charity. SRC Maker, thank you for the $10. Yes, 100% your son will troll your chats and use Gen Alpha gamer words, whatever those are going to be. Are there even going to be gaming in the alpha generation? Because right now, I see like people extremely obsessed with tearing things down. We don't like this, we want to cancel this, we want to censor that, but they don't build shit, so. Also, he will be giving super chats to AI waifus, gonna have to block those sites too. He definitely will. Only daddy is allowed to go to the AI waifu. But Worlds Man, thank you for the $5. Smells like rubles. V recounts to us why VTuber sims are absolute cancer and can't handle shitposting. Don't hate the sin, VTubers hate the sinner. It's not like they can't handle, like, come on, we've been on the internet for a while. You know, like, people can handle, but people love to tear someone down. Like, people need a reason to hate, you know, like, when you're grieving, when you're upset, like you're streamer, you're entertainer. has just had her money stolen. She cried in a video. You want to punch something. You're raging. And this guy, just presents the golden opportunity for you. And you're like, now is the moment. The moment is upon us. But again, like, this is not why I deleted it. Because at the end of the day, it's the internet. People can't punch you through the screen. I legitimately felt bad. Like, I didn't want to antagonize those people further. Because I can put myself in their shoes. Like, I have this thing called empathy. And I'm like, how would I feel if I donated $10,000 for charity and they were pickpocketed? And the answer is, like, I will feel uncomfortable, which is exactly how Iron Mouse will say in her video that she feels. Vshojo made her feel uncomfortable. Zenith, thank you for the $5. I missed you, man. It's like, ever since the VTubers got to you. It should be stated that some girls joined when payments had stopped already. And the fact that none of the other girls told the new girls who joined is sus. Yeah, we're going to talk about that in a bit. It's not really that sus. I will explain. But first, let's listen to the anime waifu explain to us why she feels uncomfortable.
Is owed over $500,000 from Vshojo. I know that this is a lot.
The thing that I like about VTubing is the frozen facial expression where it looks like she's smiling even though she's talking about, like, really grim stuff.
And it's very important for me to be honest with all of you. I really want to tell you everything, but unfortunately right now, I have been instructed by my attorney to wait for more of the legal procedure to unfold. So one day, I will be able to tell you the full story. But for now, I just need to let you know that I will no longer be a part of Vshojo.
Oh my fucking god, dude, you can't edit this. Like the AI putting commercials. Holy shit, it's like, oh, she's not going to be part of Vshojo. Commercial time. Like, this reminds me of my childhood, when you watch the telenovela and it's really about to get good. It's like, the husband walks in like, Maria, and then you go like, bah, he opens the door and he finds Maria with another man, Fernando. Commercials, right? Like, it's literally like that. I gotta say, like, this AI, like, putting the commercial exactly, like, timing it based on emotion, based on the, like, now the AI actually understands what she's talking about. And so, like, the AI knows, it's like, this is the right mode, this is what I inserted. Like, right here. And it's not one, it's two unskippable. Holy shit. Two unskippable commercials, god damn it. I've never felt 30 seconds move so slow. I got Disney. Yeah, no, it's like the best timing ever, right? Like, you can't... Why the fuck would I use an ad blocker, dude? I live off commercials, right? Like, wouldn't it be a little bit hypocritical if I used an ad blocker? I'm just saying. Plus, I want to support people that I watch. The only way I would use it, and I would consider it, is if, like, someone just bombards their channels with advertisements. Then it starts being unreasonable.
If you give me a moment of your time, I just want to tell you a little bit about myself. I know for a lot of people right now that this might be the first time you're ever...
The interesting thing is, like, she probably struggled making this video because there's a lot of jump cuts and edits for a 10-minute video. So, I can see that she's not comfortable making this. Like, this is actual genuine. When I saw, what's her name? The red chick from Twitch. Alinity? No, not Alinity. Ah, fuck. I forgot her name. But there was like a streamer, a chick, right? And she was basically saying that her husband is mean to her and he takes her money and shit. And I looked at it and it just didn't feel right to me. It didn't feel genuine. Turns out I was right because I know some info behind closed doors. And I was spot on that. This actually feels genuine. Like, I genuinely think that she didn't want to make this video. Like she probably tried to make the relationship with Vshojo work. It didn't work. So, like, she's forcing herself to make the video just based on the inflection of her voice, but more importantly, the vast amount of jump cuts. Like she has at least 6 or 7 different takes. Meaning that she either, like, was starting to sob while making the video, or her voice would go like, So, like, you have to do a jump cut. I'm not kidding. I know this because I'm a content creator.
For watching me. I became a VTuber because I really wanted to make friends. I was very lonely due to the fact that I have a primary immune deficiency disease called CVID. I basically have a low.
Basically, if you sneeze on her, she gets very sick. This is the doctoral explanation. See, like, instead of reading all this shit, translation. If you sneeze on her, she gets really sick.
Low to near non.
It's not funny, by the way. Like people with this condition have a very difficult life. You're pretty much stuck in house. You can't go outside at all. And even your parents, like, they go outside, so it's best if they don't come into contact with you.
Functioning immune system, which means I get sick a lot, and it caused me to remain isolated for long periods of my life. So then I found streaming, and I thought about giving it a try because I wanted to see if I could make some friends online, because I honestly couldn't ever leave my room. I never really expected to grow an audience or anything. It was one of the last things on my mind. I just thought that I would stream to,
The reason I think this is genuine is because most streamers that become popular, they don't expect it. Like, every single streamer, no matter how popular they are, like, even actually, unless you're Hassan Piker. I'll explain why that is. But most streamers, when they start up, they do it for fun, and then they notice, oh shit, like, people actually watch me? Is this what's happening? And you continue, and you notice that, okay, you get 121 viewers, and then you get 200, and then 500, and one day you have 1,000, and then 2,000, right? And at that point, you kind of realize, all right, well, I'm going places. Well, like, most streamers don't realize, so I do think that her story is actually genuine. Meanwhile, I'm borderline immortal. Disease runs off me like water on a duck's back. Well, I guess there are those people, right? People that either get very sick or people that never get sick. Why did my troll die? This is what I don't understand. Why? Okay, can I revive it? Can I resurrect the troll? Something fucking happened with my phone, man. See, this is why Iron Mouse actually has more viewers than me. Like, this never happens with her model. All right, I'm back. Let's continue with Iron Mouse's tale.
5 to 10 people and just hang out from time to time, make some friends, play games, and just continue on with my life. But unfortunately, I was too scared to stream with my face. So a friend of mine recommended that I try an app called FaceRig that would allow me to use an anime avatar to stream. And that's how I started.
She's talking about this, right?
VTubing. It took me a while to take it seriously and even begin to think about maybe being able to grow a community and even make this a career. I think I really started to take it seriously around the time when I was approached to join Vshojo, and it was through Vshojo that I was able to grow into the Iron Mouse that I am today.
Wasn't she, like, popular before Vshojo, though? Although, I guess, like, she can say that the connection there, because, like, they had some managers and people working at Twitch, so, like, the promotions and shit, like, maybe that's what she's talking about.
When I was approached in 2020 and asked to join Vshojo, it seemed like a good idea, but I honestly did not know if I could ever be a corporal VTuber because I felt like I just couldn't. In my mind, I saw myself as unhireable, which is why streaming worked for me.
Again, I believe her, because this is how women think. Like, I know my wife, and I know my exes. And like, I generally don't understand. I think, like, the biggest enemy to a woman is her brain. Like, constantly, whenever there's a challenge, the brain says, no, you can't do this. No, you're going to embarrass yourself. No, just no. Meanwhile, a man just fucking does it, and then after they do it, if they're an embarrassment, the brain goes like, it's not such a big deal. Other people fail as well. You're going to do better next time. No, seriously, like, obviously not all women and not all men, but it's almost like the brain of a man is kind of designed, like, you go and you approach a chick and she shuts you down and you're like, her loss. Meanwhile, a woman is like, the idea of, like, trying something new scares her. It's like, no, you're not good enough. You're never going to make it. You suck. Right? So this is why VTubers need community managers. Seriously, like when I was back in 2020 and I was working with some VTubers to help them grow, one of the biggest issues they had was to set collabs. And it was like being a community manager for VTubers, like my fucking god, man. Like you need the suicide hotline on speed dial. It's like they will tell you stuff like, okay, why don't you collab with someone, right? Increase your numbers. And they're like, well, who should I collab? And you recommend someone. It's like, okay, this other chick I watch, she has your personality. You girls will do great together. And they're like, okay, but I don't want to talk to her. It's like, why the fuck not? What if she says no? Then she says no, okay? You ask 5 other chicks. Yeah, but like, what if she's going to think bad? Oh, fuck, I'll ask her. Is that good? Yes. And then you want to talk to the other streamer, but she has a manager too. So you can't talk with her, you talk with the other manager, right? So like, you talk with the manager for your girl, the manager that then talks with her, she tells him, and then he tells you, and it's like, why can't we just get these bitches to talk? Just get them to talk to each other, so that they can fucking sell. Like, this doesn't compute. Obviously not all women, right? Like, usually the content creators that I grew up with, the non-corporal ones, like the Aiden Paladins and the Shuan Heads and, you know, the chicks from my generation, they would just flat out ask you, you want to collab? And oh, yeah. Or you want to collab? I don't feel like it. Okay. But it, like they complicate it so fucking much, and I think this is why they need companies. SRC Maker, thank you for $25. Holy shit. Enjoy another 25. I have to talk on another fucking Zoom call. I'll try to come back. If not, have a good stream. Thank you. Hopefully, you will manage to come back. She was very naive and trusted the company. Well, I mean, like, you gotta, right? You can't play life as if you're suffering from paranoia. You gotta trust somebody. And like, in hindsight, people are like, oh my goodness. But I remember at the time, like, Vshojo was one of the most respectable VTuber companies. That's why they actually managed to get not just her, but Kasan. And they got the Kettle. And they had a really good connection. Shuan Head is 34 now. And she wasn't 34 when I met her. But anyway, right. It is what it is. Yeah, women age. Like, as time moves on, they become older. It happens. I'm pretty sure she's 34 now, but she used to be younger. She hasn't hit the wall yet. I don't know. I don't follow her. Get your people to talk to my people, and we'll sort something out. Hollywood, I mean VTubing. It's pretty much like that, but with a lot more passive way of going around. Like, they don't say get your people to talk my people. They would be like, oh, it would be so nice if I was to set up a collab. You know, like, they kind of, they're kind of like a DM giving you a plot hook. Like, they don't just fucking tell you, look, I want to collab with that bitch. Can you talk to her? And I'll be like, yeah, sure, fine, why not? No, they're like, it would be so nice if I wasn't so lonely and I had friends, you know, like someone to collab with. Anyway, it's a difficult job. Like being a manager in the VTubing sphere, I don't envy it. Like the people who do that job, I have nothing but respect for them.
Me, I had no boss, no strict rules, I had no hours, no expectations. It was all up to me, and due to the fact that I have lived my life chronically ill and being unable to do much of anything, I just felt like there was no way that anyone would ever take me or want me. For a while, I was struggling to make a decision because I was afraid about my anonymity and afraid about trusting people, because I felt like every time I put my trust in people, it always ends in grief for me. So I was worried about expectations and 1,000,001 other.
So like, I'm watching this and I'm like, okay, let's do the Vshojo how fucked we are level, you know? And on a level 0 would be nothing bad happens. A level 10 is critical failure, right? Like the cessation of all Vshojo operations. And I'm watching this and it's like, okay, she's leaving Vshojo. I mean, at this point, it's kind of expected that Vshojo will have a turnover of their talent. Look, every idol company goes through that, you know, like talents grow. For one reason or another, they leave. They're not satisfied with the money. They want to be independent. They don't like the manager. It's like, fine, you know? So it's like, okay, she's leaving Vshojo. A 5. A 5 on a Richter scale of how fucked Vshojo is. Because she is the VTuber. Like, she is the biggest one on Twitch, if I'm not mistaken. It's like, okay, they're fucked like a 5. Now she's going around, it's like, okay, they stole her money. Shit, like, that's now a 7. Maybe they can explain it, you know? Like, maybe they can justify it somehow. It's a 7. Now she brings the emotional roller coaster. It's like, look, it was a very hard decision for me to trust them because usually people end up messing with me and abusing my trust. Okay, now it's a 9. Now it's a 9. I was thinking, like, at this point when I'm watching the video the first time, I was like, this is going to drip onto the other talents. Like the other talents are going to feel pressure. Because I didn't know at the time, you know, like, I'm only 4 minutes in. I don't know anything else, right? So I was like, okay, if I am, let's say, Kason, I'm going to have my fans asking me, like, why the fuck are you still with the company that abused poor Iron Mouse, right? So, like, they're going to feel pressure. This is a 9. But apparently, they managed to break the scale. They managed to do the unthinkable. As the video goes on, you'll see.
Other things, but I ultimately decided to join Vshojo. It really pains me that I am unable to fully explain why.
This rare phenomenon happens every 200 years. Incredible.
I am leaving. But for right now, here's what I am allowed to share with you.
Again, the fact that what she is sharing is already calamity level, like apocalyptic for Vshojo. The very fact that she's saying, look, there's more, I just can't say. But, like, I'll just give you a little bit. Just give you a little bit.
I would always be told how important I was for the company. And I was always told that I was needed in order...
The last time an anime girl teared up on a stream, it caused, I think it's safe to say, the end of the transgender hegemony on the internet. Like, what I mean by this is, if you guys remember when Hogwarts Legacy came out, and a lot of trans activists decided in their infinite wisdom to harass anyone that streams that game. And the Kettle and Silvervale were 2 individuals that were planning to play the game. They didn't even plan. They didn't even play. So they decided to dox them, harass them. All that. They fucked with the force of the internet that they don't understand. Like, there was a tsunami of shit coming their way simply because these girls cried on stream. Like, the level of parasocial mobility that I have seen was spectacular in nature. And after that, like the trans activists lost absolutely all respect, all legitimacy, all positive PR, everything. I'm now seeing Iron Mouse, the most popular VTuber, tearing up as she is talking how Vshojo made her uncomfortable. And the day after, I saw 4 other VTubers tearing up over... They're done. Like, that, it's not that they're done. Like anyone that's even remotely associated with them, I would seriously consider changing your identity. Like, I'm not even kidding. Like, you're dealing with millions of people that are parasocials, that don't have much in life besides their Oshi that brings them some happiness and joy into their life, and you made her tear up, and you stole her money from charity, and you stole her money that you were supposed to... No, like, seriously, rarely would I give this advice, but, yeah, consider moving to Poland or some shit. You know, go to Turkey, start a new life, first pay what you're owed. A lot of people don't really realize that, you're going to summon some levels of autism that the internet has never seen. Again, like, I thought that how bad is this going to be, and I said a 10. It's probably a lot more.
For the company to succeed. Although that was very positive to hear, it put a lot of pressure and a lot of stress on me to the point where I felt guilt-tripped into signing. I felt responsible for everybody. I felt responsible for staff and talent alike. And I felt like if I didn't do this and if I didn't stay, I was hurting everybody and I was destroying everybody's life. But this didn't feel right with me, and I began to feel extremely uncomfortable
You
as
made
my
it uncomfortable. I don't know why they made it uncomfortable. Like, why did they have to touch the charity body? So basically, what she is saying, right? Like, by woman to man speech, right? Like activating my translator. If I'm understanding this correctly, she wanted to leave for a long time. Probably like noticing that they're not paying her and they're mistreating her. But they were guilt tripping her. They were like, "Oh, but you're our top talent. But if you leave, think about all the other talents. Like, think about our staff. You know, we have artists that you probably like. We have other people that we work with. Like, we need to pay them. If you leave us, think about the damage, the reputation, blah, blah, blah." So this is what she's basically saying, right? Am I following it correctly? Oh, Dios mío. Zlixian, thank you for the $2. I need to find the Pickaby vid to know the kettle. Well, now she goes by the name of Henya. Jacob Andrew, thank you for the 50 ron. After a bit of context, abroad in Japan and other big YouTubers, plus PewDiePie, did a cycling trip across Japan to raise money for the IDF. They were streaming the journey, and Iron Mouse was with them. She really cares about the IDF. I don't think she's faking it. I think she cares about the IDF just as much as Hassan Piker cares about the F, but from an opposite perspective, right? Like Hassan Piker hates it, and she absolutely loves it. They both care about the IDF. But, while her description isn't unreasonable for what idol companies do, which is why I hate them, like I want people to understand, I don't want to ban or remove idol companies. No, like, I want them to exist so I can hate them. It's like one of those things that I hate with a passion. But they do these tactics constantly, right? It's how, like, the managers are trained to manipulate women like this, because they know, like, women react to a lot of emotional guilt trip. And so, like, they are trained to actually do that. You know, like, oh, don't leave us, because, like, think about the other people. Think about the artists. Think about the staff. Think about your colleagues. Think about this. Think about that. And so they also compartmentalize. A lot of people were like, well, why didn't the other staff talk? They probably don't talk to each other. They probably keep them compartmentalized. At least that's how I would run my idol company. Don't let the talent talk to each other if you can help it. Don't let them know what the fuck is going on behind the scene. Like, the talent should just go there and stream. And that's probably how they ran their operations. The only thing that I wonder, though, is how the Japanese branch is handling this. Because, like, if you're not aware, Vshojo has, like, an English branch and a Japanese branch, and there's different people running it. And so, I don't know if the Japanese branch was aware what the Western branch was doing. But I do know that the Western branch was paying the Japanese branch, so now they're probably both bankrupt. Now Iron Mouse is Munazi? No one said that. Oh, you're talking about the joke with the IDF, yeah. United being as isolated as she is, she had very little opportunity to develop defense against it as well. Yeah, I generally think she's a good person. Very rarely do I make this choice of character, right? Like, especially on a streamer, because, like, you don't really know the person. Like, you see the way they present themselves in front of the camera. But regarding Iron Mouse, every single time I spoke with people that knew her, because, like, I talk with other content creators, all have told me that she's a good person. So I don't think, like, she's making this up. I don't think, like, she's manipulating this. I genuinely think that she cares about the charity, and she was probably more pissed off about the money being stolen from the charity than the fact that they weren't paying her. And we're going to talk about the payment as well in a bit. YouTube is censoring me. Check the DMs for a real super chat. Oh my fucking god. A real super chat is a red one. Yeah, I can't say that on YouTube. I can't say it. Yeah, he said that Vshojo should take the remaining cash and buy how should I even one of those things that cowboys used to catch horses, right? To play the new Monmusu game. There we go. See, I managed to say it. Watch the Kasan video. She got the manager on a stream. I probably should, but like first let's finish listening to the Iron Mouse. The thing with like getting the manager on a stream also no. Like the manager is obviously not going to talk freely. He's not going to say what he thinks. He's not going to go into corporate details on a stream in front of millions of people knowing that lawsuits are coming. Like, the manager is probably just going to say yes, no. How did the Japanese go? Hey, hey, hey. That's it. That's all you're going to get out of him. Then, like, put yourself into the man's shoes, right? Like, you know you're going to be sued. You're probably looking at selling your house. At best. At worst, you're probably going to look at prison. You're not going to say much. You're just going to be like, hey, hey. Anyway, right.
Viewers know privacy has always been one of my biggest concerns. I've had a lot of scary experiences in my life, so one amazing thing for me was the fact that Vshojo handled all my payments, and it meant that I never had to give out any of my personal information.
Yeah, so like this is something that I find interesting regarding the charity. A lot of people brought it up on the boards. If you know where to go, you know where to go. But they said, look, YouTube has a function where you can set up, like, even now I can do it. I can set my stream to donate to a charity, like, whatever we choose, right? Like, we can decide on a charity, and all the super chats that you guys give automatically go to that charity. Just instantly, they go to the charity. We don't have to do any paperwork. I don't have to sign anything. None of my information is being revealed. Like, YouTube just donates it on my behalf. And I understand Twitch has something like this. People are like, oh, so like, why didn't you do that? And I think like there may be 3 reasons. Number 1 is the privacy issue, but I don't know if it actually applies here. Because like, again, they don't ask any information from you. It's just like a click of a button, right? So like, if the channel is already made for her by Vshojo, like, the money would just go there. She doesn't have to file any paperwork. The second reason is that she wanted subathons. Now, that's a legit reason. Like, why are people dissing that? They're saying, it's not for charity. She's greedy. She's greedy. Why is it that, like, charity can't be done in a way where you get something and the charity also gets $500,000? Like, you get some subathons, right? So, like, you manage to promote yourself so you can raise more money next time. The charity gets something too. Like what? So, like, if I give to charity and it's like a tax break, does that mean that, oh, V, you're greedy? Why don't you pay all the taxes? Why? It's like, it's madness. No, like, she probably wanted subathons. That's understandable. I can't judge her for it. And the third one is that it's a contractual obligation with Vshojo. Like, Vshojo actually in the contract say, no, you gotta give us a percentage of cash, and your percentage, that's your percentage, and you do whatever you want. If you want to donate to charity, fine. But apparently, no, that's not the contract, right? We're going to talk about it in a bit. So, like, no, probably she wanted the subathons. I don't see anything bad with it. Okay, she wanted the subathons, and she trusted Vshojo to do the right thing. Which, in my opinion, like, they should, because you get a tax break for doing it. Right? Like, donating to charity as a company, you get a tax break. So, like, she was incredibly nice to them. But it is what it is.
So that was always a blessing to me. As time went on, I decided that I wanted to try to start pulling out my remaining funds because I wanted to start taking over my own finances. This is what led me to this point. Throughout the years, Connor and I have raised around $4 million for the Immune Deficiency Foundation. The majority of the money raised is through Tiltify at events like the Cyclothon, the charity auction, and other miscellaneous events that we've had. However, because of the success of my first subathon, I decided to donate half the earnings of my following 2 subathons to the Immune Deficiency Foundation. The first time I tried this, it worked great. Over 200,000 people supported me, and because of that, we raised over $329,350 to the Immune Deficiency Foundation. Because the money came from my Twitch revenue instead of a Tiltify link, it required Vshojo to make the donation on my behalf. They promptly sent the payment, and the subathon was a huge success. So I decided to do it again the next year. My last subathon was one of the biggest events I've ever done. The support was overwhelming, and I ended up getting over 300,000 subscribers and breaking the all-time sub record. But this also meant that we had raised $515,000 for the Immune Deficiency Foundation. I once again asked Vshojo to make the donation on my behalf, but unfortunately, still a year later, Vshojo has not paid the charity. The Immune Deficiency Foundation means the world to me. Connor and I have both spent a ton of energy, time, and resources raising money for charity. And we're both so proud.
Jesus, this is so fucking painful, right? Like, even if like they would have an explanation, I don't know what they could say. I generally don't. Like, if I was their PR guy, you know, going, it's like, all right, I don't care. I understand the situation. Here's what you do. I don't know what I would tell them. Especially after apparently they bought commercials in the New York subway. And that's incredibly expensive. So, like, they had money for that, but they don't have money. Okay. I donate a lot, but I get to claim it on my taxes. So, more donations. Well, exactly, right? Like, imagine if I was to give you, SRC Baker, if I was to give you $500,000 and say, donate it to the Testicular Cancer Foundation. Like, wouldn't you be like, yeah, sure, give me. And then immediately you get a tax break. Apparently, PS promised to put the donations to him that never made to charity. Also, his mod was working with him to make sure he meets goals and getting refunds. This is literally what corporations do. What do you think charities like Ronald McDonald's House and others are? Yeah, but they're at least doing it in a smart way that doesn't end up with lawsuits, that doesn't end up with one of your talent that's louder than the BBC and the Guardian put together, destroying your reputation, that doesn't end up with your entire fucking staff leaving to the point where you're a idol company with no fucking idols. Like, look, I respect the corporate grift, okay? Like, I understand that if I was Ronald McDonald, I too would do some, like, bamboozles. Like, for instance, Blizzard, right? Like, Blizzard was like, hey, if you buy this horse, if you buy this DLC for Ulduar, it's going to go to the Breast Cancer Foundation. And there was, like, a very tiny thing, very, very, very small line over there. It's like, only 5% of the donations actually go. And if we get more than $100,000, every single extra dollar goes into our pocket, right? I understand that. That is a beautiful grift. It's almost like it's crafted by an Eastern European. Like, that's how you grift the market. But not like fucking this. What is this? Fucking amateur hour. Anyway, right, it's kind of like, I don't even know to describe this level of imbecility. It's beyond retarded. SRC Maker, thank you for the $10. I don't know why people in the chat are thinking I'm joking. No, I'm not joking. I pay enough taxes, and I will take every cent off tax breaks. And if you don't like that, you guys are commies. Well, it's true, you know? And in a way, like, the money you give also gets taxed. So, like, everyone gets taxed at the end of the day. But anyway, right, taxes should be abolished, huh? She was Vshojo. Now they are done. It's kind of true. Like, it would be so interesting if she starts her own idol company, because she literally could. Like, she literally could. At this point, if she starts, like, the Auron Mausia, like, she's going to get all of the people that left. So, that was a response to how to cheat taxes, not necessarily directly related to the current topics, only by means of donating to your own charity to write off on taxes. It's literally robbery. Charity is theft. Oh my fucking god. This is, oh, holy shit. Charity is theft. That is such a good, oh. Anyway, right. Let's talk about the actual contracts with Vshojo from my knowledge. Right? So, like, from what I heard behind the scenes, like, obviously I don't have any of their contracts. So take it with a grain of salt. But my understanding is that they're not like other companies. Like, for instance, Face Connect, right? Face Connect in the first generation, so Pippa's generation, and Lumi's. Or no, wait, Lumi had a different contract because she was a Phase Invader. Right, but like the first Face Connectors, Gen 1, they had a proper salary. So like if you stream and you don't manage to make enough super chats, they will pay you. So they had like a really good contract. Like let's say, I don't know what the money was because it's confidential, but like I know the principle. Let's say you get like $2,000, right? And if in the first month that you're working, you don't earn $2,000, you make $500, they will pay you $2,000. If you make $2,500, you get $2,500, right? So like in the contract, it's stated that that is like the bare minimum you get. They would say if you ever get bored of them, you can buy your own model. Like they will sell you your model and your channel. You know, you get bored. However, they take a percentage of your super chats. They have creative control over you. Like they will tell you what you are and aren't allowed to talk about. Like for instance, Pippa got into a controversy with Ralph, and management told her to knock that shit out. Pippa wanted to stream with Jim. Management didn't like that, right? So like there were trade-offs. Like on one hand, you have all those incentives. On the other hand, you gotta give away your creative liberty, and you gotta also have to pay some of the money you're earning. Now, Vshojo is not like that, right? Like the reason they would say talent first is because unlike other companies, you would get to keep all your super chats and you would get to talk about whatever you want. So at Vshojo, you basically did whatever you did as an independent, right? Like this is how they attracted all these big talents. This is how they got the Kettle. This is how they got Kason. This is how Iron Mouse was snatched, right? Because like you need to, it's not like an idle company for upstarting VTubers. No, it's like, okay, you have this VTuber that already has like a massive audience and she's making money hands over fist. How do you get her to your company? Well, you tell her that you're not going to censor her, and you're telling her that you're not going to touch her super chats, right? So what do you give in return? Well, you give the networking, like all of a sudden you're part of the family, right? You give them the artists and all of the other shit that you have, and the community manager to deal with their collabs and all of that. And you give them accountants and you give them anonymity. So like, what exactly do you take? Like, how does Vshojo make money? Well, they made money through merchandise. So, like, they have the rights to merchandise, like, to create dolls and Akimakuras and all that bullshit. They get the money through sponsorships. Like, they would cut a deal with a brand, and it's like, okay, well, you need to put this on your stream. You know, you need to put this banner. You need to put this link. So they would take money from that. And they would also take money from events. So, like, if they organize an event, they get to sell tickets. So, this is why, like, a lot of the ladies, like Son and the others, this is why they stayed. Because, while they weren't getting paid, these ladies are billionaires, right? Like, they were making millions of dollars from the super chats. And, like, probably the money that was actually coming from Vshojo was peanuts anyway. I assume, like, the reason they stayed was, like, number one, the brand, right? Like, you're part of Vshojo, so, like, the brand. The fact that they organize all of the collabs for you and they're doing your accounting and they're doing all of that and they're guaranteeing your anonymity and they're promoting you. Like, for instance, you get to see your picture in the New York subway, right? So, like, that's what they were getting from Vshojo. And they left when they saw how they were treating Iron Mouse. Like the story makes sense to me. I don't think, like, this is a grift. I don't think that this is, you know, some drama that you get to see with other e-girls or at other companies happening. Like, no, I genuinely think, unironically, that the story holds up. Now, why didn't they pay her? The reason I think that they didn't pay her is because they hired too much staff or they were overpaying their staff. You gotta understand, from the business perspective, the VTubers, the talent, they're not staff. They're probably either collaborators, freelancers, you know, like they're not registered as staff because like they don't want to pay them all of the benefits and all of that, right? Like it's pretty much like collabing with a different company. And so like the actual staff, the community managers, like the people there, they were the ones that were getting paid. And usually under these companies, you have to pay them first. So either they hired based on nepotism and they hired too many people, or they overpaid, or they mismanaged. And this is me being charitable. Like I'm assuming the benefit of the doubt, right? Like I'm saying, okay, the first thing would be like incompetence. Because like where did the money go? Okay, they were incompetent. Or, even worse, they were malicious. But if they were malicious, they were retarded. It's like, dude, you do not steal money from charity from like the most popular VTuber on fucking earth. Like if that shit gets upset and she talks on camera about you're fucking dumb, like she can ruin your reputation with one tweet. Not even the media, not even the Wall Street Journal can do that damage that she can do to you. So like this is why I'm assuming that at least they're human beings, as in individuals capable of some level of higher cognitive thought. And maybe they just mismanaged. Maybe they bit off more than they could chew. Maybe they saw they're making a lot of money during the pandemic, and they say, you know what, I'm going to hire my mama to work at the company as well, so that she can make some money, she can grift. You know, like maybe that type of grift. Employees get paid before the contractors. Yes. As soon as the money leaves my account, I considered it gone. Don't lend me money you don't expect to lose. Like, yeah, but like it's different now. Like, even I would say, okay, due to the contractual relationship, they can't be that retarded. Like, no one is going to like take away my money and run off with it when I'm the biggest streamer and with one tweet I can just inform the whole world of what they did. And literally that's what happened. Sounds like a circus. The ringmaster controls the money made from the autistic plethora of VTubers the audience is choosing. Well, no, not really. Again, like, Vshojo doesn't control the super chats, which is probably, like, the biggest amount of cash flowing in. So they don't actually control, or probably they don't even see how much money Iron Mouse is making. What they do see is the money that comes in from the merchandise, which I understand, like, Vshojo didn't really have that popular merchandise to begin with. But yeah, like, they weren't paying the contractors. Like, there are artists coming out saying they weren't getting paid. The talent wasn't getting paid. So, like, something was happening there. I don't fucking know what. But they were mismanaging funds. Either, like, they made more money, and so, like, they thought that they can spend more, but it wasn't sustainable. Maybe YouTube or Twitch changed their algorithm, and all of a sudden, you know, their commercials and stuff, like, wasn't working as before. I don't know. I definitely think, and this is my opinion, like, we'll see, but I think it's either incompetence or greed. I don't think it's, like, malicious. I don't think, like, anyone tried to run away with the bags of money. Someone messaged me, I think people will outlast Iron Mouse because of health. I don't know, man. Like, Jim seems to be pretty strong, you know? Like, he outlasted Total Biscuits. Like, and Jim has also an immune deficiency thing, right? So, who knows? Who knows? Still, I do think that Iron Mouse is not going to have any issues. Like, she already raised money for the charity. She is still, like, at this point, I think she's going to be even more popular. Like, everyone will talk about her. Like, she's going to get even more subscribers, more fame. And she deserves it. Like, she's an actual nice lady, from what I can see. And so, she's going to come up on top. And if I was her, I would actually start my own agency. Although, like, from what we saw in the video, she's not the type of person to do that because she's shy. She's more introverted. However, you know, like, if she has, like, some smarts and is willing to bite the bullet, yeah, like, she can actually start her own agency. Like, she doesn't have to run it. You hire people that you trust. Although, well, after she said that, she has the problem with trusting people. The thing is, though, like, when you're that popular, like, you must know people. You must know people from the industry. Like you must know professionals, you know? And so, if anyone can start a successful VTubing company in 2025, it's definitely her. According to Shy Lily, they offered you the moon and the stars, and the contract only included the most basic things. It was a lie supported by the talent's fame. Well, that's kind of the only way you can get that level of talent, right? Like to get Shy Lily, to get Iron Mouse, to get Kason, to get the Kettle, to be at least interested in the contract, you have to offer them the moon and the stars. Like we're not, when we're talking about these VTubers, right? Like they're not VTweeters. They're not Pippa. They're like Hollywood celebrities for our generation. Like they have the same level of fame and the same level of stardom that Jean-Claude Van Damme used to have. Like everyone knows about these girls now. Like they appear on the Dodgers baseball stadium. They're not an internet niche thing. They're a cultural phenomenon. Like they're a market force now. And so like if you want to get the best of the best, you want to get the creme de la creme, yeah, you better offer them some contracts that are like that, you know, like, okay, well, we're not going to tell you what to do because obviously you know better than us. We're not taking your super chats. We just want to be able to do some merchandise with you and be able to sell it. And we're giving you a small cut of that, right? So you don't do anything, right? Like we just do the merchandise in your name and that's it. Why wouldn't anyone say yes, you know? So yeah, they were probably not paying that 10% or whatever the fuck they agreed with the merchandise. Because like that was their main income, right? That was their main source of income. They don't take super chats, but they take your merch. They basically put ads on you. That's what they wanted to say, right? Like we're going to put promotional ads, promotional banners. Like we find the person, right? We find the brand of coffee. You just put it there. And we take like 80%, you take 20%. But Shy Lily is very tough, and they didn't convince her. You're not going to fool a German with paperwork. Again, I don't think like they were trying to fool. Like I don't think they started off as a scam, because if they did, they wouldn't last this long. I genuinely think like something happened at the company. We'll probably find out when Iron Mouse wants to talk about it. Probably after the lawsuit is over. But until then, we can just speculate. I personally, again, I don't think they wanted to scam people. I think they wanted to make a business. But either mismanagement or, you know, ego or they tried to grift more than they should, as in hire more people at the company so they can pay them. I don't fucking know what went on. I don't fucking know. And the thing is, like, it's such an easy fucking job. It's such an easy fucking job. Like, you already have the top talent. There's almost no competition. HoloLive imploded. They destroyed themselves. Right? Like, HoloLive lost some of their best talent. Now you work for Vshojo. You have their thing. The only thing you need to do is to commission artists, make some fucking plushies, make some fucking Dakimakura, sell them. If you don't want to deal with Iron Mouse's charity, you say, look, it's too much for us to handle. Like, we're not really comfortable, but we can recommend some accounting firms to do it for you. And then you don't touch that fucking money, right? That's how I would have done it. I'll be like, look, Iron Mouse, like, I understand. It's like, but $500,000 is $500,000. You know, like, when you came to us first, it was like 30,000. Okay, $500,000, it's a little bit too much for our company. Why don't you use this accounting firm instead? Wham, bam, thank you, ma'am, right? And all you have to do is to make more plushes. Make more plushes, and probably you don't even need to find people that want sponsorships. They come to you. Like, you have people with coffee or shit. It's like, hey, can you get the Iron Mouse to shill my coffee? Can you get the Iron Mouse to shill my game? You're just taking money from them. Such an easy fucking job. I genuinely don't know how they fucked it up. Yeah, HoloLive did hollow themselves up, yeah. They could have made a lot with licensed real though. Well, they were making a lot. Like, that's the thing, right? I don't understand how they managed to fuck it up. Because this is why I don't think it's a grift. Like, okay, $500,000 for charity. They probably could make that back in a couple of months. And like what exactly are you paying? Like, how much are their expenses? This is another thing. How much staff can they possibly have, and how much were they paying the staff? Like, an artist, let's say an artist that draws like some shit like that isn't more than $1,000 or $2,000. And they weren't paying the artists either. It's wild. It's fucking wild. Like, they have money to put the Iron Mouse in the subway as a commercial. Like, that's probably like $1 million. I'm not kidding. It's very expensive to have a commercial in the New York South. Very expensive. So you have money for that, but you don't. Okay, whatever. You know, it is what it is. What is a dakimakura? Chat, please explain to the gentleman what a dakimakura is. I will do my best though. It's like a body pillow. Ever heard about that? Right? Like it's a pillow, but it has like your anime girl. It has your anime girl in a lewd position, so you can hug the pillow, and you can close your eyes and you can smell the pillow, and you can imagine that the anime girl is next to you. Right? So it's kind of like a pillow that's the same size as you, with the anime girl usually posing like one of those French girls. And you get to hug it and kiss it and cuddle her to sleep. That's a dakimakura. I want a dakimakura for Christmas. Anyway, surely a VTube company just about runs itself. No, absolutely not. It's very difficult to run a VTube company, right? Now, if you get to the level where Vshojo was, yes, it runs by itself. But to get to that level, it's very difficult. Like, dude, you got... Alright, let me explain to you. Have you ever spoke with teenage girls? Right? Like, are they... Do you think, like, they're difficult? Are they high maintenance? Alright. Now imagine you have, like, some teenage girls who are already in their real life. They're attractive. They're charismatic, right? And on top of that, they're the center of attention in real life. Like, the moment they go in real life, everyone looks at them. Everyone... Right? Okay. Now imagine they're also popular. Like, they go on the internet. They got, like, thousands of viewers. They're making... millions of dollars. Imagine what that does to their ego, right? And you have to go there and you have to talk to them. You gotta tell them, it's like, no, you can't talk about this, they can't talk about that. They have drama with each other, right? Like maybe they hate their genmate, and you need to tell them, look, the public loves when you two are together. You need to put your hatred aside. You put yourself into those shoes, right? Like imagine running that. That's what Fishman is doing. And so, I would say it's very difficult. Because at any point, right, you're not their dad. At any point, the girl can say, you know what? Go fuck yourself. I'm quitting. And like, what do you do after, huh? Like, you need to know how to talk to them and get their respect. It's not an easy job, right? So like, no, being a VTube company doesn't run by itself. It's not just about the $500,000 for charity. None of the girls were paid. We're talking about millions of dollars stolen. Yeah. Well, as I was saying, what I suspect is happening, I may be wrong, but like what I suspect is that some of the money was actually supposed to, the money was supposed to go to the staff first. Like they were first paying the staff and then paying the contractors. So I think like they either overpaid the staff, like they increased the wage of the staff, or they hired more people than they needed. Kaibar's Barbecue, thank you for $10. The man from Texas. Sargon says that the birth rates are down, like Elon Musk. Then he makes sex robots. I never understand, like, what does one have with the other? Do you know that back in the interbellum period, there were whorehouses that people frequent? Like this is something that probably our generation doesn't appreciate. But before the internet, people would go outside. Okay, like you'd actually go outside. Do you know what was outside? The adult industry. You had strip clubs, you had gentleman clubs, and you had whorehouses, right? And the birth rates were just fucking fine. So maybe, just maybe, online pornography is not the reason why birth rates are in decline. Like, look at China, they ban it, right? Look at South Korea. South Korea is the best example. South Korea has a complete flat-out ban on online pornography. And their birth rate doesn't exist. Like, let's be honest. Is this a thing that you guys hear in your real life where a woman complains, oh my goodness, I want to have a baby, but my man is talking to the wife. I honestly think that the same argument was made with video games when I was growing up. It's like, oh, my boyfriend is ignoring me. He's playing Counter-Strike. No, I don't think, like what do men want? They want the AI waifu. Why? Because what men want in a woman is a woman that they only talk with and that's it. Like nothing else. Just talk to the woman. It's massage parlors now. I don't know. I honestly think like the actual sex industry, like the real life sex industry, the massage parlors and the what is it? The pole dancing and the strip clubs, they're probably suffering a lot because of OnlyFans. Because like now men don't actually go out. They stay indoors. Birth rates is strongly connected with the size of urbanization. I can say something extremely controversial now. And I don't know if I should, but I actually did spend some time trying to figure out what causes high birth rates. And what I found out is, number one, I don't think the government can make birth rates happen. Like there are some things that the government just can't fucking do. Like people like to look at the government as the magical man in the sky, spinning its wand and just making shit happen. I don't think government can actually get more birth rates. What I think is cultural. In my opinion, looking at the nations that have high birth rates now, and the nations that have low birth rates, and then looking at the nations that have low birth rates now and had high birth rates in the past, and this is very controversial what I'm going to say, but I think it's just noticing reality. Like, I'm not saying it should happen. I'm just saying the problem. Teenage pregnancies increase birth rates by a lot. Historically speaking, like my grandfather, when he was 17, he had a job, he had a car, he had a kid, and that was normal. And so, I'm not saying you should. I don't even think that the low birth rates are an existential problem. I think they're an economic problem. But like looking and observing, like what are the countries that have high birth rates right now? What is the age that the population has kids? Teenage pregnancies. And so when you look at today, what is like an adult what is culture telling you to do? Well, culture is telling you to abstain from sex until you're 18. But after you're 18, no woman wants you. Why? Because you don't have a house, you don't have a car, you don't have anything. What are you supposed to do? Well, you're supposed to actually get into a university, right? Like you're supposed to study. And then you study by the time you're 25, and then you get a job, and maybe by 30, you can actually consider, getting into the dating pool. And this is also why we have a high level of autism. If you look at the statistics, the older the father and the older the mother, the higher chance of an autism. Again, I'm not saying like what people should do, but like this is an observation. So like when people complain about what's happening, I look at history, I look at other nations, and I'm trying to notice like what did they try, what worked, what do they have, what we don't, and this seems to be the answer. If you want higher birth rates, I personally don't want higher birth rates because I don't think it's an existential issue. I think like actually, if you have less people, you have more opportunities for young people. They can make more money. They're more sought after. Unfortunately, though, our governments are fucking the young generation by constantly bringing immigrants in. But if you had a nation where like the majority of the population is old, then the young people would benefit. They could rise in power really quick. They would have more opportunities. They would have more houses. The economy would benefit them. Like houses would be cheaper because old people are dying and they free up a house. And they could then buy it, right? Like you'd have a higher supply of housings. But unfortunately, like the system is designed in such a way to disincentivize anything I'm saying. Like on Twitter, my grandfather that at 17 had a child, well, he's a kid in the mind of people on Twitter from California, right? Like at 17, he could have gone to the military as a child soldier and all of that shit. And they would treat him like a child. It is what it is. Try dating if you still live with your parents. I did actually. I did date when I was with my parents. It depends how reasonable your parents are. If your parents are like evangelical crackpots, then no, it's not possible. If your parents are like hyper woke and they can't keep their opinions to themselves, then no, it's not possible. If you have reasonable parents, then dating while you're still with your parents is possible, yes. I did it. Christopher Kidding, thank you for the €5. Look at the baby boom in Western countries. They coincide with more jobs than workers and affordable houses and mortgages. Yes, absolutely. There's no doubt about it. It's not the parents who don't like it. Usually it's the girl. No, you can find women that are common sense. If you're a smooth talker, if you're charismatic, you know how to put the problem to her. It's like, you don't... You're like, look, I live with my parents, yes, but like, let's go to my place. We play some video games. We chill. We watch some music. And then you lock the door when she's in. And it's like, come on. Like, dude. Well, there's a will. There's a way. You know. I missed your super. Holy shit, Nightmare is true. I didn't see it. Give me... Oh, here we go. Nightmare, thank you for being a member for 2 months. Men are easy. Just be nice to us. Many women fail this simple task. Well, it's also the thing that women have a choice, right? So they can afford to be mean because there's 1,000 other men that are waiting in line. Like when a woman is young, when she becomes 40, then she gets upset because other women that are as young as she used to be are doing the same thing that she used to do. Anyway, no children, no future. But people are having children. They're not having a lot of children, but they're not having children. Like, it's not an existential threat, is what I'm saying, right? Like, we haven't reached a level of mortality that the Black Death or that the Spanish flu has offered us. We haven't even reached a level of mortality that World War I brought. It's fine. It's fine. Like, I think, and this is my opinion, as people are going to have less children, the welfare system is going to collapse. And once the welfare system collapses, then you're going to see more hardened individuals. And the hardened individuals are going to do what's needed. That's my prediction for the future. The idea that, it's a disaster if the GDP doesn't go up, if the line doesn't go up. No, I don't think it's a disaster. And I'll tell you what, you know, like even the thing with the refugees, right? Like we got refugees. How do we solve refugees? The moment the gravy train runs dry, and the gravy train does run dry when you have more people taking out of the system than putting in, the refugees will go as well. Or stop coming. Like, notice how no one wants to come to Eastern Europe. Why? Because it's poor. Would you? Like, if you have the opportunity, right? Like, you have the opportunity to go to Japan. Do you go to the poor places in Japan, or do you go to the places that give you cash? It's not rocket science. You want less urbanization. People need incentives to stop moving to cities. It will happen naturally. You don't need incentives. It's like the moment poverty hits and things go bad. Like you already have this actually. Especially during the COVID era. Like after they locked down the cities, after you had like the quarantines and shit, everyone just moved to the rural areas. They didn't want to deal with the lockdown. Like I did it as well. It's like fuck that noise. And if you have like a city with high crime and stuff, like people move by themselves. What the hell are you talking about, V? You had fans here saying they wanted to move here in Eastern Europe. Yeah, but how many actually did? Like, it's one thing to say it. And by the way, like, my fans aren't the same, like, you know, some impoverished individual that just seeks a better life. Like, my fans are usually people that are already rich, already made money, and now they want to go in a place to spend it, and they want to go in a place where they have security and low crime. So, yes, like, not all immigrants are the same. Like, people have different mentalities. The women are in the cities? Is that the case? I don't think so. I think, like, the women... See, maybe this is the problem. Because when people complain about women, they kind of have a point, but not really. You know, like, the truth is in the middle. Yes, the type of women that people complain on Twitter exist, and they exist usually in major cities. If you actually go into a rural area or a small town, you will see that you have women that are very common sense and normal and pleasant to talk to. I moved to rural life, and I'm from Busan, Korea, second largest city in South Korea. That's interesting, AJJ. So you're from the country, which I would say is one of the few countries in the world that is a bigger mental asylum than Britain. I feel sorry for you. Hopefully, you guys will get it together. I have faith, you know, because you got a rich history. It's a nice place. But right now, I wouldn't want to live there. I don't know if that's a fair assessment. You know, sometimes you need the. I had a Japanese person posting on one of my videos where I talked about Japan's rent a grandmother, and I was saying, look, that this is a nice thing. It's offering like elderly women a place to work, blah blah blah. And he was like, I never expected a Romanian to tell me things about my country that I didn't know. And I was like, well, sometimes you need a white man to audit your culture. It is what it is. It's an honest audit, right? And so, like, my audit to South Korea is that it's a mental asylum. Worse than Britain, I would say. Although Britain is trying to catch up, like with their online safety bill, where they're trying to police the internet, I would say like that's even more than South Korea ever did. Yeah, no, South Korea is an interesting place. They LARP as a democracy, but in reality, they have like some ancient families over there. And if you want to make a business and be successful, like you gotta give them a cut. Yeah, you gotta smooth things over. I'm actually thinking like, is the Stellar Blade, if they actually will at one point have to bend the knee to one of the families. There's like 6 families in South Korea. It's interesting when you understand geopolitics, right? Like when you understand how things are. What do you want me to audit? I'll audit any nation you want. Like, give me the nation and I'll audit it. I would say that the UK is terrorizing the internet for now, because France, Australia, the United States, with the red states especially, they want to terrorize the internet as well. So just give it a little bit more time. It's quite possible we'll end up seeing a fragmented internet. My phone battery died. That's where I'm at. We're going to see a fragmented internet. Like you'll have the Russian internet, the Chinese internet, the European internet, the American internet. Although probably the Europeans are going to end up with nothing because they don't have social media. So. Australia? Do you want me to audit Australia? Holy fucking shit. Okay, I will tell you how to audit a nation. Look at what they did during the pandemic, and it tells you everything you need to know. Like during the pandemic, you actually saw politicians get to do whatever the fuck they wanted. Right? Like literally whatever the fuck they wanted. And what they did tells you a lot about the nation. What did the Australians do? Do you know what they did during the pandemic? Holy fucking shit. They said that if you're not vaccinated, you cannot enter parliament. So they literally banned the opposition from voting, and they started voting without the opposition. So if I was a person that vaccinated myself, but like I don't think that you know, like this policy should be like that, and I have a representative, and my representative didn't vaccinate himself, I become unrepresented. They said, like, listen, they said that if you are vaccinated, if you're triple vaxxed, but you basically disagree with the government mandate, you disagree with the quarantines, or you disagree that the government should constrain people to vaccinate, you're a vaccine denier. And to be labeled that was being labeled an enemy of the people. They would fuck you up. Like, they want to go cashless society. Right? Like, I don't even know what more to say. It's, do I need to go any further? I would say, like, they're trying to become a mini China. Like, they're looking at China and they're salivating. Am I wrong? You know, people say Australia is a prison colony. Yeah, but the prison also has prison guards. And a lot of their descendants are descendants from those prison guards. My manager absolutely admires Australia as well as Germany. Well, okay, here's the thing, right? There are 2 types of individuals in the world. There are individuals that like to lead, and there are individuals that like to follow. And it's important to understand that the individuals that like to follow exist. The individuals that like to follow enjoy having lives where they don't have to think a lot, and they just do what they're told. And that's what makes them happy, right? Like, for instance, look at a hospital. Some people want to be doctors. Being a doctor is actually difficult because you have a lot of responsibility. You get to see the patient. You have to apply a treatment. You gotta, think about what the illness is and how you're going to heal him. So, like, being a doctor is like the thinker. And he's the one that tells the nurse what to do. But there are people who want to be nurses, men and women. And why is that better? Well, as a nurse, you don't have to do any of that stuff. You don't have to think about what illness there is. You don't, right? Like, but it's not your responsibility. You don't have the guilt. It's like, oh, I misdiagnosed that person, or I could have done more. No. Like, you as a nurse, you're told exactly what to do. You have your patients, you're told what medication to administer, what procedures to do. Everything is laid out. And so, yeah, like, there are doctors and there are nurses. Doctors enjoy freedom. They enjoy having the liberty of thinking, of doing stuff for themselves. Nurses enjoy being told what to do. So, like, if you have a person that likes Australia or they like Germany, they like nurses. They like being a nurse. They like following orders. They like being told what to do. And so, once you understand this, the world makes a lot more sense. This is why, like, we get outraged when the government, passes a new bill, restricts some liberties, does some shit. But then you forget that a lot of the people, they want that. Like, they genuinely want to be told what to do. They don't want to have liberties and freedoms because that comes with responsibilities. Korean managers are considered as crazy people. They try their methods of treating employees, and it ends badly for managers because our workers punch back. Oof. Yeah, it's good when you travel abroad to actually study the history and, more importantly, the culture of the place you're traveling to. My dad, hold on, where does AJJ talk about his dad? My dad, he likes working for others. My brother and I, both unlike him, hate working for others and love being independent. Yeah, exactly. It's like the duality of man. There are people that are leaders and there are people that are followers. It's nothing wrong. Like, you need a society with both. But, like, certain societies lean more towards one place versus other societies that lean more to another. Anyway, I need to go now. I'll upload videos on my other channels. Thank you guys for watching. Hopefully we'll have more news about Vshojo in the coming days. Tomorrow, is it tomorrow? Thursday. Yes, tomorrow I will be streaming with Sargar of Akkad and Arch. Just Arch. It used to be Arch Warhammer, now it's just Arch. They sued him. Well, not they didn't sue him. They threatened. Threatened to sue him. So now he's just Arch. They took away his hobby, chat. Anyway, talk to you guys later. Go watch